Okay, number 13. This is from, what are we doing here? This is the day 10 coordinate geometry review part 1. But I'm just doing number 13 right now. So here's the deal. No, you will not be given graph paper, and no, you will not be allowed to bring graph paper. So I'm only using graph paper to make it more clear to you what I'm doing. But you'll have to make a rough sketch in the margins of your paper or something. Or I'm hoping once you see it, you'll be able to even just sort of do it in your head. But here's what you do. The isosceles triangle. Hopefully you understand that an isosceles triangle is one that has at least two congruent sides. So that would be an isosceles triangle, for example. If these sides were equal, that would be isosceles. That's what we're shooting for. But here's what we know. We have one vertex at the point 1, 2. So here's 1, 2. That's a vertex. We have another vertex at 1, 10. So 1, 10 is right there. Okay, so this is basically one side of the triangle. Now, we know that the other vertex is 9, something. So that means it's over 9 up something, all right? We're supposed to find out what this unknown value is that says how high it is. So here's the deal. So these are the possibilities, you know. We know it's 9, something. What is it? Is it 9, 1, 9, 2, 3, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? All right. The question is which of these will form an isosceles triangle. So I'm going to encourage you to look at this side that's already formed. You know, the 2 points we're given. Look at that as the base of the isosceles triangle. Okay, look at this as the base. Okay, if you think of that as the base of the triangle, then now this is what we're asking ourselves. If I go like this, is that going to make an isosceles triangle if I pick this point right here? Okay. Hopefully you're seeing that this will not be an isosceles triangle, because what we're shooting for is for come back. We're shooting for these sides, you know, to be the same. You know, if we sort of look at this side over here as being the base. But this seems to be leaning a little bit too far to the right, if you can see what I'm saying. So the way I have it, these are not congruent. Now I don't want you to just to guess at it. I want you to know exactly, but let me make this more obvious if I can. Okay, for example, is this going to be it right here? Okay, will this be an isosceles triangle? I tried to make it even more obvious that this triangle is leaning too far down. So the idea is, if I want these two sides to be congruent, it's going to have to be, this final vertex should be right on the axis of symmetry. In other words, it should be right in the middle of the triangle. So look, all we really need to know is what is the midpoint of this base. That will tell us where the axis of symmetry is. So let's see. How tall is this? It starts at 2, ends at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This base is 8 across. Okay? So from here to here, that's 8. So that means the midpoint must be 4. Okay, so if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, this should be the midpoint of this bottom of the triangle. That means that this is the axis of symmetry right here. Okay, that's the axis of symmetry. So hopefully now you can see why this triangle that we tried to draw seems to not be balanced. It seems to be leaning too far down because the axis of symmetry is up here. So let's try again, see if we can do better. If we make our triangle have its vertex right on the axis of symmetry, and remember, we knew it had to be one of these blue points here because they told us that the final vertex is 9 comma something, so it had to be over 9. It's just a matter of which one of these it is. But now we know that's now we know the axis of symmetry. Okay, so we will pick the one that's right on the axis of symmetry. So this should be it. Okay, so if we do it this way, now this vertex will be 9 comma 6. Okay, and now it will be a nice isosceles triangle because the vertex is right on the axis of symmetry. Everything is nice and balanced, 4 to the left, 4 to the right. That's what it takes to be an isosceles triangle. It should be right on the axis of symmetry. So again, comparing this 9 comma 6 that we came up with for the vertex of an isosceles triangle compared to 9 comma x, okay, that means x must be 6. 9 comma 6, 9 comma x, x is 6. Okay, and that's how you do number 13. Again, you won't have graph paper, but just in the margin of your paper, you would just make yourself a sketch by hand and go, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you could just do your own graph similar to what I did, and you could do the same thing and see that, okay, if it's 9 comma something, you know it's going to be over here somewhere. So the middle must be halfway, so 1, 2, 3, 4. The middle must be here at 6. So you could do the exact same thing and figure out that to make an isosceles triangle, that this would have to be, remember this is 9, so that would be 9 comma 6. So you don't actually need graph paper to do it, but you can imagine how hard it would have been for you to understand if I had done a rough sketch to teach it to you. Okay, but on the test, on any test, you can do your own graph and it'll be okay.